have a look at the primitive altar. Ah, it's just some things to collect. It seems... I don't know if it's just coincidence or if the chances to trigger a random encounter near those demon armies is actually higher. And we are fatigued.
Meditate on your mistakes. Get another obstacle. You've crossed the wrong line. You won't survive me. Endure this.
Yeah, that's an okay fight. So, let's rest. More cooking up some concoctions.
Hey, Sosiel, if you paint my portrait, will your goddess curse you for blasphemy?
How could a portrait of a friend be blasphemy? If you truly want me to, I'd be glad to paint you.
Aww. Outward. Ah, okay. You can't actually go more in that direction. But it's a new day, so new crusades await. Wait, who are you? Yay, more clerics. We take them. Ooh, and we already also got some Hell Knights. Ooh. They don't seem to deal too much damage, so not more than footmen. But they have lots of HP, which is nice, and quite some features and abilities. I'm just gonna station all the reserve armies here in the camp. Ugh, level 7. Yeah, no. Ah, come on, come on. Alright. Yeah, just gonna head to the camp first. To talk with Regill. I think this will be a very nice talk. Full of emotion and compassion. Hearts and butterflies. I think talking about Desna would also be very fun. I wonder how many companions there's still to come. I mean, we've already got quite a few, like 6, 11. Maybe another one?
I feel like
So it's an not odd, it's an even number. Regill stands with his hands behind his back, his favorite pose, it would seem. Seems submerged in thought, but gathers himself immediately as you approach. His pale yellow eyes examine you inquisitively. Knight Commander. It is good you found time to meet me. There's a matter of some urgency I must discuss with you. It was incredibly interesting, the power you and your companions received during the fight at the Grey Garrison. And now my interest has been gratified. The power your companions received has passed on to me as well. It manifested after my usual evening reckoning. I believe I now present a true threat to the creatures and initiates of chaos. The imprisoned cultists we kept for certain observation experienced it this firsthand. Richard's voice is unemotional, almost bored, but leaves no doubt as to the cultist's fate. Striking, isn't it? Divine intervention at a critical moment is rare, but not beyond imagining. But in this case, part of the power that you receive through this intervention has passed to someone who joined you well after the fateful moment had passed. I like to believe... wait, let me read the chaotic one and the evil one too, out of curiosity. You know, it seems to me like that you're trying to find some pattern even in this. What if a miracle is just that? A miracle. Miracles do not exist. Regill replies sternly. In the end, ever so-called miracle turns out to be a manifestation of someone's will. Besides, I might have believed in a blind accident, but not in the accidental acquisition of great power in the exact moment when it was needed most. In any case, this is shallow philosophing. You must have some questions for me. Yeah? May I ask you a few questions about yourself? Of course. What exactly brought you to Mendif? The demonic threat, of course, and the glaring inefficiency of the local command. I do not know if you are aware of this, but the Hell Knights owe their existence to the Demon Lords to a certain extent. Our First Order appeared in response to Sithcash cultists in Shelax. The chaos they wreaked could not fail to breed strict opposition. Those first knights were able to burn out the pestilence and crush the cult once and for all. I see no reason for the Hell Knights of today not to do the same to the tentacles of the Worldwound is spreading. Without question, the task is far more difficult than anything we've encountered before, but it must be done to preserve world order. All the more so given that Queen Galfrey and her commanders are apparently not up to the task. I mean... you got a point. The motives you list sound rather impersonal. Didn't you have any other reason for joining the crusade? Impersonality is a fine quality for a Hell Knight. And for the rest of the world as well. Personal motives, strong emotions, they're weaknesses that your enemy will use against you. I'm an effective officer with years of service. The demonic invasion of Golarion obviously demanded the most qualified response. That is why I am here. It's simple. You are rather skeptical about Queen Galfrey, are you not? My memory doesn't fail me. The current crusade is called the Fifth Crusade. And with all of the support the Church of Iomedae and multiple other allies provided to Galfrey, no progress has been made in resolving the crisis at the Worldwound. The best they could manage was create a chain of wardstones, and even they turned out to be inadequate. I suppose that should be reason enough for my skepticism. Forgive me for asking you a personal question, but your hair is going grey and your skin is rather pale. It's the bleaching, right? The bleaching. The bleaching is the name given to the physical decolorization and aging of a gnome and is caused by lack of exposure to new and exciting experiences. Yeah, Regill strikes me as one who wasn't excited in a very long time. This bleaching of color is accompanied by a psychological decline first into depression and apathy, and eventually into madness and death. Gnomes' efforts to fend off the bleaching only serve to fuel their racial curiosity, and whimsy, giving them a somewhat manic edge. Some claim that the bleaching is a result of the gnomes leaving the First World thousands of years ago. The few gnomes who survive the bleaching develop enigmatic wisdom and a connection to the natural world, earning them the name Bleachlings. Of course it is the bleaching. Regill shrugs indifferently. Are you doing anything to fight the bleaching? What do other races do to fight old age? Regill allows himself a brief smirk. I know what made you ask this question. My kin have earned a certain reputation for their vain attempts to stave off the inevitable. Luckily for the rest of the world, not all gnomes are prepared to spread chaos with their reckless escapades. There are some among us who accept the natural order of things. The bleaching has no effect on my ability to carry out my duties, and therefore it has no, how should I put it, personal meaning for me. Duty. Quite the interesting man, even though he doesn't really have anything too much to tell about himself. Do you have, like, family or friends? Never wondered at the fate of the former, and never had interest in the latter. If you'll allow me one piece of advice, Commander, never put too much stock in so-called friendship or camaraderie. Any bonds based on simple affections are temporary and unreliable. Half of your smiling companions certainly consider you their friend for the present, but they will break and betray you. the moment you do anything that troubles their happy expectations. There's greater value and respect based on a rational evaluation of your companion merits. I deeply respected my mentor who trained me to join the ranks of the Hell Knights. I respected her so much that I killed her with my own hands. What the fuck? When I discovered that she'd betrayed the Order's ideals and was intending to leave our ranks. It would have been more proper to inform the command and await the formal trial. But on the other hand, that would have injured the morale of our young recruits. They should not see manifestations of weakness in our seasoned knights. Regill cringes. Gosh. Oh gosh. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Yeah, I guess. You have openly shown your distrust of the Crusader command. Why then have you decided to join me? I guess his answer is exactly because of that. Do not misread my behavior of distrust of you personally. Like every Hell Knight, I watch everyone closely, searching for signs of weakness and sin. Everyone, including myself. Regill speaks the last word pointedly. Indeed, Regill Daeran is first on my list of suspects. I observe him daily, marking every fault, every hesitation, every weakness, and I prepare the proper punishment. So it has been, and so it will be. As for your second question, I suppose we may be useful to each other. You and your army are a new power in the crusade. I rate all the old powers as quite ineffective. I've yet to rate your own efforts, but early indications are positive. That means you may count on my help. For now. And what will happen if your assessment changes? I will inform you of this, as well as any measures I intend to take. Be aware that I treat my allies more strictly than my enemies. This is a sign of respect. Ah, we are such good friends. Oof. Okay. Just want to scan over the quest to see. Okay, it's just gathering more pages for the storyteller. Let's look if we have 5 vials of magic essence. Yeah. I mean, technically we have 6. Where was he? Elo. Nah, let's just walk around and look. Lann Crusader. Aha, the mysterious elf once again. What the hell do you want from me? Elo nods approvingly. What voice did you have? You've earned the title of Commander. Kenabres still stands thanks to you. But you'll have to doubly on your guard. Your Eminence places a target on your back, and there are assassins about. Killing a high-ranking Crusader would bring a demon far more prestige than killing a common soldier. Not long ago, I stymied a few of Spinner of Nightmare's attempts on the lives of influential Crusaders, so I know what I'm talking about. What exactly was that elf talking to you about? She didn't introduce herself, but she was greatly interested in the volunteers that had joined the army. She thought I might know the elf she was looking for from mercenary contacts, but I couldn't tell you any more than that. She never shared his name. Another question. Do you maybe know something about a Pathfinder called Dismar? He rubs his chin. Let me think. Dismar. Definitely heard that name before. Of course you have. I'm a Pathfinder too. So you're the chief in these lands now. What about Lady Ore? When I left for the wound, she had just taken up the position. Hiller examined the talking weapon and chuckled sadly. I'm afraid Ore perished during the Third Crusade. Yes, now I remember. Dismar went missing in the wound at the end of the Second Crusade. His name has been on the list of the fallen for a while. Here I am, alive and well, writing you list that I'm back, and soon I'll file a detailed report about everything that happened to me. Vinya's voice is full of joy. I knew it was a misunderstanding, but now everything will return to normal. I need to write to my folks. They probably think I'm there too. Hilo shakes his head sadly. Poor lad, but such is the fate of a Pathfinder. We face the unknown, but sometimes the unknown wins and our minds cannot take. Right. Yeah, we already talked with him about the confrontation and the spin-off nightmares and everything, so Good luck. Watch your back. Only trust your closest friends. The enemy is cunning and treacherous. Where is the storyteller? Last time he was around here, I think. But not this time. Wizard arms, blacksmith. He has to be somewhere, right? Also interesting that he doesn't have a name.
I can handle it.
The thing is, he could also be somewhere inside. That would be even more mean. Can we talk about... Nah. Nothing new.
Can't make the demons wait.
I don't think he will be in there. I mean, why would he be? Or in our tent? No.
Beautiful.
Where are you? Daeran. Well, let's take the loot.
Let's see what we can do.
Anyway. Okay, let's have a look at Regill. Regill is lawful evil. What a surprise! And is he using a hooked hammer? Very interesting choice of weapon. And he looks way more intimidating in his portrait than in his 3D model. Yeah, what can you do? You have your deck space, I gather. He's an armager with 1 level of Hell Knight. At least the skills don't seem to be too nice. Of course, well, I'm slightly better in the Arcana thing. Slightly. Just like twice plus 2. I don't know if I want to take him along. Show me your abilities. Ability, gnome. So what can you do? Weapon focus, ardent, armor training. Okay, seems to be pretty straightforward melee attacker. But the thing is, I think I already have like 2 melee proficient fighters. And I'd like to have Seelah to have one more, you know, one more healer at hand. I think I'll stay with this party and let's see if I switch it out sometime. Another thing I tend to forget, so I will check it, is to look at the preparation of, yeah, you see, of spells. Wow, I have so much more spell slots now. I didn't use them. Let's take those. And more fire. Another mage armor and... sleep sounds fun. Professional at work. That sounds fun. Yeah, Camellia we're not taking with us anyway. Nenio currently also is on the bench. Alright, Friends of the Night. Nah, let's not make the cut here. Let's just do at least one rest before. But I think then I will do the cut for today. Because I've been at it for over 3.5 hours. And it's also not really late, but a little late. And I have to prepare stuff for the upcoming week. So let's just do some rest.
Scoot over. I want my scaly side facing the fire. My lizard side always gets colder than my warm-blooded side. Go figure.
Oh.